Hey fam, what's going on? Man, damn. I just want to jump on here right quick and talk about that young man that got punched in the face, over that traffic incident, when I saw that, man, my heart went out to him, because I think I automatically thought about my own son and my son-in-laws and my nephews, my nieces and nephews and cousins and stuff in the US, because that could have been one of them. Yeah, I mean, you can't watch that stuff in your heart not hurt, and because again, like I say, that could be one of my nieces, one of my nephews, or one of my sons or son-in-laws, But with all that said, I'd like to say something, not only to this young man, but to all the other young people and sons and nephews and stuff in the US and everybody else. Listen, I know you have the right, okay? You have the right to ask for a supervisor. That's a fact. You have the right to do that. But you must know also, those rights are not for you. And sometimes I don't think we understand that. We don't really get that. We thinking, oh, I have the right to do this. I have the right to do that. Yeah. You might have the right to do it. But guess what? That right really don't, that law really won't made for us. I've seen other people on there asking for a supervisor, and eventually they get a supervisor without being punched in the face, without getting their windows broken, and whatnot. I've seen it happen, but that don't happen a lot for us. Every time I've seen we ask for that, we normally get punched in the face, dragged to the ground, slammed on the ground, and everything else. I'm gonna tell you, I've been there. Like I said, I've been there. I remember in the '80s where we used to have, I had my first car when I was like what? I think I was maybe 16. Just after I had my license when I could drive by myself, I bought my first car. And this was early '80s. This was 1980. And before that, we used to get stopped all the time by the cops. And I used to mouth off to them. I'm going to tell you. I used to be mouthing off to the cop like you would not believe it. But back in them days, they won't snatch us out of cars and slamming us on the ground and all that stuff, They'll just give you a hard time and have you sit there for probably 30 minutes or so and hold you up and just make it inconvenient for you. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But they wouldn't put their hands on you. But as I get older, as I got older, and what I see is going on now, been going on for a couple of years now, I'll say this thing started happening like what, maybe 15 years ago, where they started snatching us out of cars and started beating up on us and tasing us and all this stuff. And I looked at it and I'm like, man, we got to be wise. We got to understand. We can't be trying to fight these people on the side of the street thinking that we got rights. Yeah, the rights are there. Again, the rights are there. They ain't for us. And another thing you got to understand, these people hate our guts. They hate our guts, man. Anything that have to do with us is just pure hatred. All they see is pure hatred. When they see us, man, they're like, how can I kill this nigga today? How can I kill him? That's just the way I see it. And I see these guys these days, they even beating white folks down. That's getting in their way. You see the immigration stuff, white folks protesting. I saw one of them, they beat the mess out. They, like we say in the black, they beat the brakes off of him. So these guys got, with Trump in office, they got powers now to do whatever they want to do to you, and there ain't nothing gonna come out of it. Ain't nothing gonna come out of it. And they hire all these black police chiefs that's head of these departments all over the country. Why do you think they hire these guys? They hire them so these black chiefs can say, oh well, he was doing his job. He didn't do anything wrong. That's what they gonna say. They ain't gonna back you. Just because you black, these chiefs ain't gonna they not gonna be on our side. They already been bought and paid for. But what they don't realize is when they stand in front of the Most High, they're going to have to give an account. It's a damn shame that you don't back your people. When you know these people are doing wrong, you know, you can see it on tape they doing wrong, and you're going to justify their behavior. God will deal with y'all. God will deal with y'all. Y'all ain't getting away without being punished. Trust me. You can bet on that. You will be punished. But anyway, back to this thing here with this young man. We cannot fight the police on the side of the street. You are never going to win this battle. It's a game. Like my wife loved to say, it's a game. You got to know how to play the game. And even when you know how to play the game, they're going to switch it up on you. They're going to move the goalposts. So what we need to do, we got to be wise. I'm 63 years old right now, man. And the last time I was in Tampa, I was in the U.S., I was in Tampa, I got stopped by the cop. He said I was speeding. I could have been, I really didn't care. He came up, I handed my driver's license, handed my registration. My wife and I were in the car, and he wrote me my ticket, and I went on my way. I ain't gonna, what you stop me, what, just listen. Just give him your driver's license, man. Just give him your registration. And if you know you did nothing wrong, just take him to court. I did that back in the day when I was younger, when I had time on my hand, I was self-employed. I used to get tickets. I used to get stopped. Let me tell you, man, I used to get stopped at least 3 times a week. Every week I used to get stopped because I always drove a nice car. That was my brothers and I and my uncles and stuff. We always had nice cars back in the day. I was having nice cars ever since in the 80s. And we were getting pulled over left and right. I had when I was young, I bought my Chevy Malibu when I was 16. After that, I bought me a Caddy and I had my own body shop. I painted it and had it looking so good. Everywhere I went, I got stopped. I got pulled over. Okay? I got pulled over. So I'm telling you, and when they used to pull me over, they used to get, because I used to, like I said, I had a mouth on me. I used to mouth off to these guys, and I always ended up with a ticket for something or the other. They gonna search the car, they gonna do this, and when they found nothing, they gonna give me a ticket. And I used to take them to court, and 99% of the time, every time I took them to court and out of court. Okay, all right. That's the way you do it, man. Do not fight these guys again. Do not. It don't matter if you don't resist or not. Give him what he wants. He wants your driver's license. Give it to him. Okay? He wants identification. Give it to him. This way here, man, you can be wise. You can go home alive to your family. Think about it. You can go home to your family, bro. It ain't worth it. Everybody know they violating our rights, man. They've been violating our civil rights from day one, bro. This ain't nothing new. You are not going to change these people or change the law or do anything. You dealing with pure wickedness and hatred, bruh. That's what you dealing with. These people have no empathy or sympathy. They have nothing for us. All they have for us is pure hatred. Now, is it all of them? I don't know. I don't know. Where are the good cops? I don't see the good cops coming out and saying this is bad, this is wrong. This is the only time you see them say something when they filed a lawsuit or something happened to them. When it's them on the hot seat, they telling you, oh, how racist the police department. But other than that, you will never hear nothing from them. Okay? But man, do not fight these people on the side of the street. Just play the game to win. Play the game so you can go home alive. You don't get punched in the face. You don't get your teeth knocked out. You don't get tased. You don't get slammed on the ground, bust your head with a concussion and all this stuff. They just give it to them, bro. It ain't, and that don't mean you weak or anything like that, or you afraid or anything like that, man. It means you just smart. You know how to play the game. You want to go home to your family alive without being bruised and battered and tased and up in jail, bro. Got your window broken and all that stuff, Get your car towed. You got to spend all this money, defend yourself. You got to get a lawyer. Let's be wise. Like the Bible says, be as wise as a serpent and as gentle as a dove. Let's do that, man. Let's do that. That's only, and even then, that ain't guaranteed you'll go home alive. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there ain't no guaranteed you'll go home alive, but at least you try. You try. Okay? That's just my 2 cents, man. That's just my 2 cents. I gotta say, that shit hurt my heart to see this young man, just sitting in the car and, okay, he refused to give you his ID. Okay, get him a supervisor. Because if it was a white kid, that's what you would have done. You would have gotten him a supervisor. You weren't going to break his window and punch him in the face. You weren't going to do that. And any one of y'all that say they would have done the same thing, you're a damn liar. I've seen white people chase cops with knives and the cops running from them, going around in a circle and not one shot fired. Not one shot, not one tase. There ain't nobody pull a taser. Yeah, y'all remember what happened January 6th, right? Yeah, think about January 6th if that was us. What would have happened to us? I don't even want to think about it. Trump. Look at that. Look at that. I think one person got shot. All them cops are getting their ass whooped. Nobody pulled a taser or a gun. But you think about that if that was one of us. Think about that. If that was us that charged and did that on that day, they would have been picking us up in body bags. Okay? And everybody around the country said, well, they attacked the police. What you want the police to do? They were defending themselves. They fed for their life. You heard none of that. Police even died, got killed. They told me he died of a heart attack, natural cause. He wasn't killed by them. And he was killed by these guys. And that's how they do it, man. That's how they do it. We got to be smart. We got to be smart. Anyway, man, that's just my 2 cents.